Hello everybody, welcome back to the Craft Beer Hub. I've got some beer reviews for you, and that's because I'm going to, as you would have seen on the thumbnail, so it's no surprise, I'm going to review all of the beers that I could get hold of that are in the Lidl Craft Beer Festival as of October 2022. Just quickly on the Lidl Craft Beer Festival, the last one was brilliant. I think there were some brilliant beers in there. There were still definitely some ones to avoid. The Freedom IPA is a beer that doesn't give me good memories, but beers that do give me good memories were that Love Lane Maple Stout. That was a brilliant beer, especially for £1.79 or whatever it was. The Loch Lomond Coconut, I believe they called it a Coconut IPA, and the Williams Brothers Guava, Shea Guava Lager. They were brilliant beers. So, they were a good return to form for the Lidl Craft Beer Festival. I actually had been staying away from the Lidl Craft Beer Festivals because the quality of the beer dipped so much, it just wasn't worth even bothering with it. But obviously, they had a good last beer festival, so I'm here again. I didn't think I'd be here again, but I'm here again. So what beers have we got? We won't do these in any particular order, probably weakest to strongest, to be honest. We've got the Stewart Brothers Coastal Hopper, the West Coast Triple Hopped Double IPA. That sounds very good. That sounds really, really good. The Buckham Brewery Stateside Session IPA. Buckham obviously had their Bohemian Lager in Lidl, and it was fantastic. What a beer that was. We've got Lane with Ripper. Lane beers tend to be a bit hit and miss. I really enjoyed their Fader, their Mango IPA. Can't remember what it was called. A Mango Pale that was in the last beer festival. Just wasn't very good. A beer that I'm really excited for, the Loch Lomond Painting Shadows, the Black IPA. Really, really rate Loch Lomond as a brewery generally. 71 Brewing's Big Berry Bonbon Strawberry Milkshake IPA. Haven't got much of a hope for this. Doesn't on the label, it just doesn't tickle my fancy, but you never know. You never know what you get. It might be really good. We have got a brewery that I really, really, really like, so hoping they keep up the good work. It's Wild Beer with Quantic, which is a session IPA in a 330 can. I'll give all the prices in a minute. I've got the receipts. We've got another brewery that I'm quite a big fan of. It's Yeasty Boys with Pot Kettle Black, the South Pacific Porter. I bumped into one of the Yeasty Boys, I can't remember his name, at the Great British Beer Festival, and he was bigging their beers up. He was basically saying they like to brew good beer, and if it's not good beer, they don't brew it. So hopefully that's really good. And then we've got a New Zealand Pale, which is a style I absolutely love, from Freedom Brewery in a 330 can. Right then, I've got some glasses. This video might chop and change because I've got to rinse some glasses out and whatever, but let's get stuck in straight away. Out of all these beers, I'm probably going to look at the Buckham Stateside. In terms of ABV, it's one of the weakest. Buckham's Stateside Session IPA. Let's get it open into a glass. Where's my bottle opener gone? Boom. I'm going to kind of rush through these reviews. Well, I say rush through, literally like a minute or two each. Let's get it into a glass. A nice dark straw coloured beer. What was the ABV? Sorry. 4.2%. There we go. Looks a little bit darker. Mind you, it's session IPA, so that's probably actually about right. Loads of carbonation. Let's get an aroma. Very malty. Caramel. Bit of grapefruit and lemon from the hops. Cheers, everybody. Bitter finish. Very bitter finish. I like Buckham, but I don't think that's their best work. Very watery, the flavours are very mellowed down. Very kind of semi-metallic bitter finish for me. Malty, slight citrus with that grapefruit and lemon in the middle with a bit of lime. But yeah, generally, that out of 5, it's a 1.5 out of 5. You might have to make a note of these down as you go down because I won't remember what I've rated these when I come back. But yeah, that is a 1 out of 5. Not Buckham's best work in my Personal opinion. Next beer. Let's go with a ripper from Lane. I really quite like Lane. I was really disappointed in their Mango IPA or whatever it was called that they released last time. Hopefully this is just a bog standard pale ale. And hopefully it's really quite nice. Boom. There we go. Looks very similar to the Buckham actually that I've just tried. Almost teetering on amber coloured beer. Nice level of carbonation. 2-finger white head. Let's get an aroma. Sweet lime. It smells quite nice actually. Nice sort of, I say semi-malty. It's obviously malty, but it's not overly malty. Yeah, just nice sweet citrus notes. Lemon and lime, really. Let's go in. That's alright. Nice sweet mango that I wasn't getting on the aroma in the taste. The citrus notes are there. It's nice and malty to start. A low bitter finish. How much was that? Sorry, the Buckham Stateside IPA was £1.29. The Lane. How much was this? Was this 4.7%? 4.9. Where is it on the receipt then? I don't know where this is on the receipt. This could have been £1.49. I think they've ballsed the receipts up. But yeah, that is pretty decent. I'm going to give that, for that money, I'm going to give that a 3.5 out of 5. That's really quite nice. Nice mouthfeel as well. Yeah, that's quite good. Return to form from Lane, which I'm really happy about because I really rate Lane and I was just really disappointed in their last beer. Right, New Zealand Pale. I love a New Zealand Pale. These tend to be really, really fruity. Where's the ABV? 4%. From Freedom. I just worry that it's Freedom because I've not really had that many good beers from Freedom. It'd be nice if it's slightly hazy. It's crystal clear, straw coloured beer, good levels of carbonation. Let's get an aroma. Slightly malty, hint of pepper. Kind of a bit of caramel coming off that malt as well. Faint hint of lemon at the back. There's not a whole lot going on here with the hops. No, I'm really struggling with this. It smells quite sort of grassy as well. Let's go in. Cheers, everybody. Oh. No. There's a really astringent, bitter note to this beer that dominates the beer, much like the IPL actually. No real malt character, no real hop character. You hit with this kind of saccharine, like mouth tingling, bitterness that's chemically and it's metallic and it's horrible. That's another horror show from Freedom. That's borderline undrinkable. I'm going to give that a 0. That's terrible from Freedom. That is that. The New Zealand Pale. I love New Zealand Pale. That is the worst example of a New Zealand Pale that I have ever had. Are we out? No, we aren't out of glasses. Here we go. So, we're kind of into the stronger stuff now, I think. What's that porter sitting at? 6%. Get rid of that Freedom thing. That's terrible. Session IPA from Wild Beer. What's that? 4.7. Here we go. So that Freedom Pale, yeah, we said, didn't we? That was £1.49. This was also £1.49. Just going to tap the back of the camera again. Boom, there we go. I do love wild beer. I'm really hoping this is good. I'm hoping they haven't sold their soul a little bit and just put a box standard beer into Aldi, or Lidl, sorry, for the beer fest. Come on, wild beer, don't let me down. So this is a session IPA, it's called Quantic. It is, what was the ABV? 4.47. I think, what was that beer? £1.49. I think in terms of appearance, that's probably the best looking beer we've had so far. Semi-hazy, light, very light straw coloured beer. One finger whitehead, good levels of carbonation in there. Let's get an aroma. Yeah, this is much better. This is much better. Lidl, or Aldi, oh no, this is Lidl, isn't it? This is much better, Lidl. Pineapple, mango. Slight hint of passion fruit in there. That pineapple is absolutely beautiful. It's fresh pineapple. It smells like you just literally cut into a pineapple and you're getting that lovely, fresh, fruity aroma. Slight hint of citrus, maybe a touch of orange in the back end as well on the aroma. This has got the makers of a good beer. This could be the first really, really good beer. Let's go in. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, that's good. Really, really good. Slightly malty up front. You get hit with the tropical notes, the pineapple and the mango. Not a lot of passion fruit on the taste as there is in the aroma. Then the back end, there is a slight hint of bitterness, but it's not spicy bitterness. There's a bit of pepper in there. That is the best beer so far. Right, I'm going to clean these glasses out and get into the next lot, or the next 4 beers. Yeah, this is much better. Much better. Nice one. Give us 2 secs. And boom, we're back. We've got clean glasses. I'm a bit buzzed after that wild beer. Quantic, that was really, really good. I can't remember if I rated it or not. I would say that is a very, very good beer. Certainly out of the Freedom New Zealand Pale, the Buckham Stateside Session IPA, and the Lane Ripper Pale, this is certainly the star of the show. Quality in abundance, and yeah, I think that's really good. I'm going to give that, I can't remember if I rated it, but I'm going to give that a 4 out of 5. I really quite like that. Right then, let's go. Where are we going to next? We need to be careful now because we've got a couple of styles here. I don't want to go for the real roasty toasty stuff before I've had the stronger stuff, and equally I need to be careful about the strengths. Let's go for 71 Brewing Big Berry Bonbon Strawberry Milkshake IPA. Not a style I am that bothered about at all. 71 Brewing, they are a bit of a hit and miss brewery for me. I've had some good stuff from 71 Brewing. Equally, out of kind of Aldi and Lidl, I've had some pretty shocking stuff. This particular beer was £2, £1.99. Let's get her open in a 440 can. Boom. Wow, there we go. Jeez. Almost a bit of overfill on that, I reckon. Oh my god, she looks pink. Boom. There we go. What have we got? Well, it's almost a pink. It almost looks like a Belgian fruit beer. It's pink, it's hazy. We've got a one finger, there's a slightly pink hue to the white head. Hazy, can't really hear the carbonation. Can't really see the carbonation because it's so hazy. Smells alright. I will say, if I was buying a strawberry milkshake IPA, I'd be pretty happy with that. Not that I buy these beers ever. But let's go in for an aroma. Malty, kind of almost oaty. Strawberry, vanilla. I'm just getting over a cold, so I'm working quite hard here. Smells relatively boozy. Does smell sweet. It's described as a strawberry bonbon. No, it's not at all. It's Big Berry Bonbon Strawberry Milkshake IPA. But it actually smells like strawberry bonbons. It smells really quite nice, actually. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that smells alright. Cheers, everybody. It's almost got a nice sherbety finish. I don't think that's too bad. I thought out of all the beers when I picked them off the shelf, I thought this was the beer that I was going to hate the most. But actually, it is a strawberry milkshake IPA, and it's called Big Berry Bonbon, and it does taste like strawberry bonbons. There is a slight hint of hop character in there. There is a bitterness. It is sweet. I think that's all right. It's not a beer I would buy. I will absolutely say that, and I won't buy it again. But if you're into your kind of fruited IPAs or your fruited beers, the strawberry milkshake IPAs go. Lovely creaminess to the beer. Must be the lactose. Strawberry milkshake IPAs go. I don't think that's bad. I've had worse beers out of a bottle shop for more money than this. I'm going to give that a 3 out of 5. I don't think that's too bad. I really, really don't. Right, next beer then. Where are we going to go? We're going to do this. This is the beer I'm most excited for. Loch Lomond are a fantastic brewery. I think they're one of the breweries that go into Lidl on a regular basis and still come out with their brand intact. Stewart struggle a little bit with that, massively actually with that. 71 Brewing struggle with that a little bit. But Loch Lomond, I feel like they protect their brand. They do fantastic beers generally. I've had some bottle shop stuff from Loch Lomond. I've had them at a few beer festivals this year, and they've been really, really good. A black IPA, I haven't had a black IPA in a long time, so I was quite excited to get that anyway. Nice pressurised can. Jesus, this is going to go off, this can. Let's get her open. How much was this before we popped the thing? $1.79. I'm going to look at the notes. Centennial, Chinook and Citra. Bittersweet finish, here we go. Tropical and pine notes. Let's have a little look at that. So I'm expecting those tropical and pine notes, but maybe a slight lick of roasted malt in there, but not dominating. The hops need to shine here. It's an IPA after all. What have we got in the glass? Yeah, looks great. 2 fingers slightly off white head. Almost a really dark ruby red beer, this. Looks good. Looks really, really good. Carbonation, slight carbonation from what I can see. But yeah, looks really good. Let's get an aroma. It smells good. It is part. I'm definitely getting a pine on the aroma, but there is a roastiness to it as well. Nice hint of grapefruit and lemon. I have to say, on aroma, this smells like one of the better black IPAs I can remember smelling in general, I think. Yeah, smells great. Let's go in. Cheers, everybody. That's good. That's really good. Slightly roasted, sort of roasted coffee, really dark chocolate at the start. Then it moves into some lovely tropical flavours. Your grapefruit's in there, your lemon's in there. Slight bit of pineapple. It's definitely the bitter end. Orange zest almost. And then the back end's piney, it's bitter. I say bitter, it's got a certain level of bitterness that kind of is... The front is... The front of this beer... I believe it's... Yeah, it is sweet, isn't it? There's a touch of sweetness with those roasty malts as well. And the bitterness really is balanced with that sweetness. The flavours in the middle are lovely. That is very good. That is very good. I don't drink a lot of black IPAs, so I can't be like 1,000,000% sure on how it compares to other beers within the style in the wider craft beer community. But that's really quite nice. The hops do the work, and you can tell it's a black IPA because there's a nice hint of that roasted malt at the front. That is really good. And for what? How much money was it? $1.79 at 5%. That's really quite good. So far, that's the best of the bunch. I'm going to give that a 4.5 out of 5. That's really good. Fair play, Loch Lomond. I really like you guys, and yeah, really impressed with that. Let's get that away. Next beer. Some of these glasses are still slightly wet. Next beer, and it's the beer that I'm most not nervous about, because that's the wrong word. It's the beer that I think can go wrong the most, if you know what I mean. A triple hopped double IPA from Stewart Brothers, 7%. A full flavoured beer keeping West Coast. Bitterness, trademark pine, citrus peel, black pepper, and dank hop flavours dominate our take on this classic style. No nasties in there, all regular stuff. Yeah, let's go in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, everybody. Listen to me. I've had a few beers now. Let's get it open. Let's get her in the glass. I mean, it's dark. It's really dark. Christ, it looks like I've had milds lighter than this. Yeah, it looks really dark. Low levels of carbonation. Head's nearly going. Let's get an aroma. See what we get. Doesn't smell good. Kind of chemical. Oh, if I'm trying to pick out flavours, I'm getting a bit of grapefruit. It's definitely piney. There's a slight hint of artificial orange in there as well. Think like Kia Aura. Do you know what I mean? That chemical orange. I'm not hopeful for this. Cheers, everybody. It's not for me at all. It just tastes artificial all the way through. It's not very sweet up front at all, which you don't expect West Coast to be, but very quickly that artificial kind of chemical thing comes in quite quickly. And there is grapefruit, there is orange in there. It is piney, but it's very artificial in those flavours, if you know what I mean. The bitterness gets mixed up with that kind of drying artificial thing that you get off things like Pepsi Max, or not Pepsi, yeah, I suppose Pepsi, like diet drinks, like Diet Cola, Diet Pepsi, that kind of really mouth drying, tongue drying thing. This beer has it. It's not very good. No, it's not for me. It's not for me at all. I don't think there's any real quality in this beer at all. I think this is the problem with this beer. I've got one more beer to review, and I'm aware this video is going on a bit of a long time. This is the beer which made me avoid the Lidl Craft Beer Festival, and the Freedom beer. The Freedom beer and this beer particularly are bad. There's no real quality in it, and it literally tastes like it's been brewed. I mean, look at it. Look at that. Literally, it just looks... It's as bad as it looks. This is the sort of beer that Lidl kill themselves on when it comes to their beer festivals, in my opinion. It's the reason I stayed away from Lidl craft beer festivals. There's a couple of alright beers in here. I mean, we're now 7 beers deep. 1, 2, 3. 3 have been really quite good. One's been alright for the style, which is the Strawberry Milkshake IPA, and the other 3 have been terrible. And I fear, well, I don't fear it, that's the wrong word, but I feel that this beer was brewed for Lidl, for their craft beer festival. And, you know, it's a double IPA. Hops cost money. You know, that's the reality of it. Double IPA, it's going to be more malt, more hops, all the expensive stuff that goes into a beer. And then they're going to flog it for what? How much was this? Oh, how much was it? £2, less £1.99. It's just not going to happen, is it? And that's where you got to play the game with Lidl a little bit. You know that their beers, their lower ABV beers, their 330 cans, they're going to be the ones to go for, because 440s, a double IPA and a 440 can for £2. I knew it wasn't going to be very good. Or I say I knew it. I had my suspicions it wasn't, and yeah, it's confirmed. But yeah, that is very much a beer that would keep me away. It tastes like a headache in a glass, and that beer is a reason to not go to Lidl to these beer festival things. That being said, we're on to the final beer, and one of the beers that I'm super excited for, a South Pacific Porter. I believe that they brew this at Utopian, brewed and packaged at Yeasty Boys. No, I'm talking out of my bum. The Old Dairy in Berkshire. It's called Pot Kettle Black, and this particular beer was £1.59. So that's more like it. The price is more like it. For that price, they can probably brew a bit of quality. Let's go in. Boom. I love a porter. I like Yeasty Boys. Let's go. Boom, there we go. It's a lovely black beer. Slight bit of like bleeding through at the bottom, but not a lot. A 2-finger brown head. It looks really good. I mean, a porter, bang on the money. The head is looking good as well. Not going to dissipate too fast. Let's get an aroma. Yeah, lovely hint of coffee and chocolate. There's like a citrus thing in there as well, which I quite like. Sweeter citrus. But yeah, coffee, chocolate, slight hint of... It's more treacle for me. Yeah, it smells really good. It smells really good. Cheers, everybody. This is the last beer, so hopefully can we end on a good one. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. It's called a South Pacific Porter. So before I opened the can, I wondered if the South Pacific thing comes in with the hops, a nice little tropical note in there, and it is. You've got your sweet chocolate coffee up front. There's a lovely, slightly sweet treacle that runs through the beer, and then there is an element of sort of tropical flavours in there. Let's try and pick them out. I was kind of getting a bit of peach. Yeah, it is peach. Lemon and lime. Slight hint of grapefruit with a bitterness. I think this has probably been quite heavily hopped with some pretty decent stuff. Does it say anywhere? It doesn't. What it does say is mind-bendingly delicious, and I think that's probably what I'm trying to say. It's got this lovely, it's got great mouthfeel as well. Lovely creamy coffee chocolate up front. There's that tropical note in there that's quite nice as well. nice bit of bitterness at the back. That's really quite nice. Did I rate the last beer? I can't remember where I am with these. But yeah, that's really quite nice. That's a 4 out of 5 as well. I really quite like that. I'm going to go buy a few more of those. That's 6%. But yeah, there we go. That is the Lidl Craft Beer Festival, October 22 Craft Beer Festival selection. There were a couple more on the shelf. There was the peanut brittle beer by Black Sheep that's been hanging around for a donkey's. I say donkeys because Donkey Stone put a Madagascan vanilla stout, which I believe that's been on there. And there was another beer from Bean Brewing, which was called Tropical Trossarks or something. Which I believe is Stewart Brewing, I think. I'd have to double check that. That was on the shelf, but I left it there because it just... I picked up the can. Basically, I picked up the can and it was, you know, when you pick up a can and it was like a sponge, and I just thought, nah, I'm not into that, and I just left it because I knew it'd be crap. Well, I had an inkling it would be crap. So the beers that I would recommend that you buy from this craft beer festival are certainly the Yeasty Boys. Oh, let's check the back of the camera. Certainly the Yeasty Boys Porter. Really quite nice. Absolutely the Loch Lomond Black IPA. Absolutely the Wild Beer Quantic Session IPA, I believe it is, yeah. And I'm going to throw this in there as well. I thought the Lane Pale Ale was pretty decent. That's a good return to form for Lane. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I know it's been a long one, but I appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe if you would be so kind. I will see you on the next one. Cheers.